Alright, so let me show you guys how to make a acid-based reaction CO2 system. So some of the things you'll need is a CO2 cylinder reactor, some baking soda, citric acid, and then a container to pour some water into. Okay, so now here we are in post-production. My headset died, so I'm just going to talk about some of the things that you need in this. So inside of here we have the baking soda. You're only going to want, if you have, I think it's about a liter CO2 reactor, you're only going to want about 180 grams of baking soda, and then the same with the citric acid. You want equal parts on those. You're going to want to do, however, if you have 100 grams of baking soda and citric acid, you're going to want to do 180 milliliters of water. If you're going to do 120 grams, like I'm doing here for the baking soda and citric acid, you're going to want to do 200 milliliters of water. So right now I'm filling it up to, I think I did 120. So I did 120 on the grams here for the baking soda. We're just kind of evening out that. I found that I'm gonna run through my citric acid actually a lot quicker than my baking soda. I think it has to do something with the density of the specific materials, I guess you can say, or compounds. Uh, but yeah, and then we're gonna add in the citric acid. I realized after I did that scoop, it's gonna take a long time with this, so I figured I'm just gonna pour it in. Keep pouring, keep pouring. We want to get to 200, I think, grams I did here, or 240. I think I was right on the money with that. Okay, now we're going to take that off. And then, all right, then you're going to grip this water. So I personally like to use the coffee pot. It's the easiest one to actually use. You're just going to fill up your cup with the correct milliliters that you need. Again, I'm going to do 200 milliliters to pour into my reactor. Once I've got that, should be right there. Perfect. We are going to take and remove the scale. Once we know that the scale is good, we're going to grab our reactor. You're going to want to tilt it at about a 45-degree angle and pour in your water slowly. If you pour it in too quick, the reaction could start too quickly, and then you've got the reaction just overflowing. Think about with vinegar and baking soda. It's a reaction that will just overflow. Once you do that, you'll screw on the lid. Try to screw it on as quickly as you can. It will squeak a lot because the CO2 is actually moving around in, or is already reacting. So the CO2 is going to come out the sides a little bit. All right, and then here we go. We're coming back to the tank. My kit came with a lily pipe and tubing, so I didn't have to worry about that. It also came with a bubble check, which is a device that'll show you how much CO2 you're actually filling up into your tank at once. When you attach it to the cylinder, you have to plug it in to actually supply power to it. And then when you go actually start this thing for the first time, you only want to let out a certain amount at once. Just a little opening and then closing. And then after that, you only want to do about 1 to 2 bubbles a second. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.